said genocide. I said what? Pick your zip.
Hey, how you doing out there? It's Bob on Bob's Blues in the News. Just came on with Boy George's song, in support of Israel. A powerful tune. I understand he lost a couple of gigs because of it. He lost his manager. He fired his manager because his manager didn't like the song. He got a lot of backlash. I think he had to take it down the next day after he released it, but it might be up again. I'm not sure. I mean, it's all over the internet, so you can still hear the song, but it's a powerful song that supports the Jews, entitled We Will Dance Again. So yes, indeed, we will dance again, and good for him. Bravo, bravo. But it's just amazing how much backlash you get for supporting Jews. And the Jews are in the middle of a 8-front war, They got so many people against them. I mean, basically it's a world war against the Jews. I mean, you can look at it in that way because the Jews support the idea of one God. They support Western civilization. And they are really on the front lines. And they're pushing back on all the terrorists, on the jihadists. They're pushing back on all the ignorance, all the bigotry. Because the Jews are the classical scapegoats. They've been scapegoats for the last 4,000 years or more. Because they're close to God. Not all of them, of course. There are bad Jews. But, I'd say maybe 15, 20% are really follow tradition and really are anchored in the belief in one God. And that's their purpose here on earth, is to be a light upon the nations, not to take over politically or to control the stock market or, steal your money or, so many conspiracies against the Jews, which is nothing new. And it comes and goes throughout history. The reason for it, maybe that's jealousy, maybe because they just seem different. Some of them, especially if they're very religious, stay among themselves. They dress differently, and they have different habits that might seem strange, but they really are the closest people to God on earth. And I really believe so. So good for Boy George coming out and supporting, because he's gay, which just really goes against some of the principles, the laws you would see in the Torah. But I'm not getting into that. But I give him all the credit for standing up for the Jews, because he knows that if he went to Gaza or if he went to, Hezbollah territory or Iran, he wouldn't last 3 seconds. They would kill him for sure. Where in Israel, he's free. There's freedom in Israel. It's a democracy, more or less. And everybody can live there as long as you don't want to blow up the place. I mean, there are a lot of Arabs in the government. There are a lot of Arabs who live in Israel. Unfortunately, a lot of them are unfriendly, and they want to kill the Jews because that's what they believe in. I mean, their religion is a perversion of the true God. Although there's some righteous Muslims who don't take some of the Quran literally about killing the infidel or making them slaves, but there's so much. I mean, these people in Iran, the RIGC, these jihadists over there, the Shia, I mean, they believe the only way they can bring their redemption is to kill everybody else who's not a Muslim, basically. And, Trump's still fighting this war back and forth. One day he's ready to annihilate them kinetically, and the next day he's ready to make a deal. I guess he's got a lot of pressure from all kind of angles, right? I mean, my opinion is that it should have gotten it over with when they started the last series of attacks. I think it was back in, June? I don't know. I lose track of time. There was an uprising in Iran, January, February. So many people got killed. They say maybe over 40, 50,000 people got annihilated by the regime. And then America attacked them, and Israel attacked them, and they really hit them hard. They did away with all the top leaders. Trump said they went all the way down to the third string for leaders. He said, and Trump always repeats every other day, repeats, "Oh yeah, we totally obliterated their navy. There's no more Air Force. We killed all their leaders. We totally decimated them. So how come they keep on attacking, right? How come they keep on sending missiles and drones? They still got a lot of supplies, and they are being supported by China and Russia, maybe North Korea, all the bad guys, Pakistan, Qatar. They got a lot of bad players and the region. And Trump really can't trust these, but he tries to. He tries to work with them. He's trying to make a deal. He's a business guy, so he wants. War is not good for business unless you're in the arms business. And the stock market stays up more or less as long as that's not continuing war, and the oil prices it's not as high as it could be, right? But if there's an all-out war and it goes on for a couple months, it could really crash the economy, and it could ruin his chances in the midterms coming up pretty soon. So he's probably thinking about that. But you got to face evil head on. We didn't have any pauses when we were fighting Hitler, and the RIGC, just as bad as Hitler was. They don't have the forces that Hitler had, so they should be easier to defeat, but they're shrewder probably. They can manipulate better than the Germans manipulate, especially with the internet, which Boy George mentioned in his song. One of his phrases was, the propaganda with the internet, that it basically messes up people's heads. You know what I mean? They become brainwashed. So that's the war we end. So really, it's a war against the Jews. It's a war against God. But a lot of people are falling for it. So we have to fight, and everywhere you can. And Bravo for Boy George is taking his music and being a light unto the nations in his own way. So anyway, that's all I got to say for today. It's Sunday. I'm taking it easy. I'm chilling, baby. I'm chilling. And it's still hot out there, man. Woo! But anyway, have a good one. And I'm just going off one of my tunes, Tyrannical Blues, because we're always fighting the tyranny. It's everywhere. Love you all. Bob on Bob's Blues in the News.
Crumbles in decay. How can anybody be surprised it turned out this way? Yeah, it's been planned, it's an inside job. So many movers and shakers are supporting the mob. Well, the skyline is starting show a strain. Don't blame climate change for being this way. You know and I know it's a dark evil scheme, but they'll reap the whirlwind like that never seen. Drums are beating, appeasement was the key to the door where the bad guys all love to flee. Land of milk and honey where the criminals are free. Liberty loss is such a sad thing.